Welcome back, my friends, to some Borderlands 2, aka what I'm pretty sure is my ultimate demise, specifically the 94% Sham farm. For those of you who are long-time viewers of the channel, you'll know that this sucks, and you'll know that I'm doing it, so we're gonna start. I'm going to record. Gotta record on the TikTok side of things in case we get some interesting drops on our side here. So let me bam, record button. There we go. We're all set for YouTube Shorts. Mr. Patron, welcome, my friend. How are we? It's been a little while. Hello, good night. Working extra late today. Gonna enjoy this live stream. Good to hear, my friend. Good, glad I can be your work background noise. But yes, welcome back, everybody, to your favorite programming. Before we get started, I just want to say a huge shout out to all of you because we have hit 400 subscribers. I believe we're currently sitting at 404 if we're getting into the exact numbers, but 400 subscribers a year. That is 10 times more subscribers than we had a year and a half ago. We had 45-ish, I think, around there, whenever I started doing the God of War videos, and now we're at 404. That's insane, so I thank you all for that, and I'm glad you're all enjoying the content. I think the Borderlands stuff is the more popular of the content, but you know what, it's fine. We do a bunch of other stuff, and that's okay. Get my counters on screen here. Let me turn down the capture card audio slightly here so it's not deafening. There we go. Okay, gotta check who's online. To no surprise, nobody is. But that's alright. We continue the perilous journey to find this shield. Unfortunately, the run counter and everything will not show up on the TikTok or the YouTube Shorts, so I'll have to just kind of narrate that out as we go through. But you know, wouldn't it be something? Find the 94 Sham, and then bam, you have it on recording. You have a clip you can take from, and then you can relive that exact moment. You don't have to keep searching through the probably 2.5 hour long live. So that's fine. That'll be nice if it happens. That's a big if, but you know, if we don't think about it, who will? Back at the grind. That's all right. I got absolutely pelted today. I went to the school that I was helping teach at. This was the final day, because their final day of school is tomorrow, and I work tomorrow, so this was my final day with them today. It was nice, bittersweet, but the grade 6s had a water day, and what this water day entails is bringing water guns to the school, and then for like the last hour of the day, you know, have water gun fights and whatever. And so, you know, I'm out there, and I'm filling the bins and whatever. Teacher brings out all the students, and then quite literally, they pick up the guns, surround me, do like a countdown, and then it's just on sight. There was no escape, no mercy. But you know what? That was fun, especially since they did not get away with it scot-free, so to speak. But you know what? That was fun. It was nice. The wind was really cold though, and my feet got absolutely drenched because one of the students dumped her water gun on my feet when she was done with it, and like I was kind of almost air dried by that point, and then all my hard work got undone, but that's okay. How are y'all's weeks going so far? Kind of getting near the start of the summer, I would think. Kind of end of June. Some people consider June summer, but you know, here in the Canada, we usually end school around second last week or last week of June, and then that's like when summer begins for us. So I've always thought of this kind of time to be the very beginning. Mr. Get Big Chris, dang bro, 30 frames per second. That would be a dream come true. We're not we're not quite at 30 frames. But no, we're I didn't bring it with me. It's over on the shelf over there. We're on the Vita version. So 30 frames is a luxury only for the beginning of the game and very few parts thereafter. But you know what? We still have fun with it. We would have more fun if I got a sham, but we've gone shamless, I think, in the last couple streams. I can't remember if we got a sham last time. Anywhere in there. No, last time we had 7 drops. We had the 3 bunker SMGs, 3 customizations, and then a world drop legendary. No sham. But we had 7 drops. So the RNG was there, alright? We're getting there. Thank you for the like on the TikTok, my friend. Appreciate you. Happens to the best. We're chilling winter here in Brazil. Oh man, were you watching the soccer game, Mr. Patron? The Brazil and who did they crush? 3-0. I literally was just watching that game. I can't. I don't remember who they played. Highest sham percentage, Mr. or Mrs. Or probably Mr. Woonman Soap. Highest one we've got so far is a 90, and we also have 477 shams to our name. I didn't pick every one of them up. I've picked up 2, and I let the other 2 get claimed by the sands of time because I'm saving my final inventory slot for the one and only. But they're all on there. We found pearls, we found many world drops, we found many bunker SMGs, many shams, but not the one that we need, unfortunately. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It's either the Vita goes and gives out on me, or we find the sham. There is no in between. And he's giving us a quick kill. I hear something loud to my left. You played BO4? You talking Borderlands 4 or Black Ops 4? I'm assuming you meant to say Borderlands 4. And in that case, I have played it. I still have yet to finish it. I do not have the most time in the world, but, you know, slowly chipping away, enjoying the experience. I have it on the PS5, so sticking to that console experience, but I don't mind it. I kind of like Borderlands 4. You know, it's a different game than the other ones, I will say. Definitely a different feel. The very modern feeling Borderlands, I guess. I don't know. I still kind of wish they went more with the cel-shaded art style versus like the ray-traced, almost kind of realistic effect that the game kind of gives. I don't know. Like, I like the way that Borderlands 3 looked. Like, I didn't think there was a lot kind of further they could go from there. But, you know, it's fun. The gunplay is fun. The movement is fun. I have yet to try it with multiplayer, so I'm assume that that is also something to add to the experience as well. But from what I've played so far, like, I think I'm around level 30 something. Like, I like it. It's okay. It's not Borderlands 2. You know, I don't know if anything will ever be Borderlands 2, but it's not Borderlands 2. But that doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's a decent game, decent story so far. Lots of exploration you can do, lots of things to collect. Seem to have kind of balanced out drop rates for the time being, and they're getting new DLCs too. Like, I haven't played any of the DLCs for it yet, but I'm excited to play them because I got the super uber deluxe version when it came out. So I have them. It's just I have to get to them. TBH, I don't like soccer, but we have kind of a tradition of Brazil. When the Brazilian team is playing, we get a lot of people to drink and watch the game. Needless to say, I'm kind of drunk and working the night shift. Hopefully I won't use any wrong command. I mean, I just won't read it out loud. But you know what? That's fine. That's okay. The night shifts can drag some days, so whatever gets you through them. Throw on a stream, have some background noise. If I start screaming, it's either I found the 94 Sham or found a 5th 77 Sham. Either one you probably won't be able to discern from each other. Agree, the art style is what makes Borderlands. It really is, and even on the Vita version, right? Like, yes, this doesn't look great. It's a 540p image blown up to a 1080p capture card and compressed and all the other things that take all the life out of it, but like, you know, it still looks decent on the screen, right? Like on a Vita screen, it still looks okay, and it's largely due to the art style. And on the PC side of things, when you can crank those graphics up, the game can look very beautiful. But, you know, and Borderlands 3, I liked it too. It was kind of like an extra coat of paint on what was already nice. I still wish they did more in the way of, like, ambient occlusion and physics on Borderlands 3, but the game was already kind of hard to run anyway, so maybe that would have pushed things a little too far. Because I did like that bending of the light in Borderlands 2. I didn't know BL2 was on the PS Vita. You and many others, my friend. There's a lot of people that have no idea this version exists. And it's always a pleasure when they join these streams and they're like, hey, look at what we have here. Something different. Don't you think we look at the new Borderlands games with nostalgic glasses? I consider BL2 and the pre-sequel the best games in the franchise. I mean, there is also that, right? Like, I feel like with any older game that you love, especially if it's in a series of games, you're gonna have that nostalgic feel if you started with those older games. And I mean, I don't know, I've played them side by side before. Like, you know, I've played Borderlands 2 and then went right to Borderlands 4 right after, and you know, like, it's tough. It's tough. And I know a lot of people with Borderlands pre-sequel and Borderlands 2, they kind of get looped together, because the pre-sequel is kind of like just the Borderlands 2, but with a different story and some slightly different weaponry and everything, so... But, I mean, I don't know. Like, a lot of people didn't like Borderlands 3 when it came out, and a lot of them still don't like Borderlands 3. But I feel like there's more people kind of leaning, especially when 4 had come out, a lot more people kind of leaned back on 3 and were like, you know what, it wasn't so bad. It was decent. Like, the movement was good, the gunplay was good. Story, but like, you know. So, I don't know if that's just to say Borderlands 3 was looked upon more favorably, or they saw what could be worse, and they're like, hey, this wasn't so bad. I don't know. It's a fine line. I personally actually prefer BO1 in the looks department. BO1 is slowly growing a soft spot in my heart, especially like the more I play it and the more I kind of experience it the way it was meant to be. We just did a stream where we played Borderlands 1 on the PS3, but like with the 4 players, like we got four PS3 players together and we had the voice chat going, and that was a great experience. I got an eyelash. So like the more and more I play it, because that game, kind of just by virtue of the age of its controls and everything, and the quote-unquote lack of experience from the developers at the time, it feels more grounded, and I kind of don't mind that in a Borderlands game. Mr. Dot, welcome my friend. I can't wait for GTA 6 to come out on on PS Vita. I mean, if somebody uses the remote play PS5 function on it, then technically it's possible. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. How about Wonderlands? Everybody always asks me about Wonderlands, and I always feel so bad because I have Wonderlands on the PS4, but it's still sealed. Like, I've never opened it. I've never played it, and I've seen very few clips of it online. So I can't speak too much on Wonderlands. I want to play it at some point. I don't know really what's stopping me, since I paid like $30 for that sealed copy, so it's not like opening it is going to take its value away, because I do like collecting stuff as well, but, you know. But from what I've seen, it's okay. Like, again, it's like Borderlands 3. It's kind of like a pre-sequel, but in Borderlands 3 form. Where it looks and plays very similar to 3, but the story is different, and, you know, that's kind of like what can put people off. But I recognize the gameplay on the newer ones are fun as hell. Sorry, I'm bouncing between two chats here, hold on. Consider BL1 the pre-sequel, a DLC for BL2. I think most people would. I have to play BL1. I never played it! What are you doing on the stream? You have to leave work sick and then go download Borderlands 1 right now. That is an order from the streamer guy on the internet. Because I really do like how it looks on the Vista. Playing Borderlands on Windows Vista. BO1 is so jagged and rough around the edges. It kind of, yeah, you know what it is. And especially if you're playing it on the original consoles that it came out on. Although it doesn't look too bad. They did manage to get it to run at 1080p on the PS3 and 360. So it looks decent. Like, yeah, sure, the anti-aliasing isn't quite there. And some of the textures can look a little rough. But, you know, it felt like a new experience, like a step forward in gaming, I suppose. Especially if you're playing it co-op. We did kind of, like, put it through its paces when we did our PS3 stream. The frames did tank a little bit, but for what we were doing, we were playing TVHM, so we did have, like, elemental effects and particles and all that, and throwing everything we had. It held up surprisingly well. You know, thank you for the follow, my friend. Oh my goodness, we got a decent amount of people on the TikTok right now. Appreciate you guys. That's why I love the art style so much. Thoughts of BL4, Mr. Ryan Stiller. You should have been here like literally 2 minutes earlier. I was just talking about that. Like I said, it's good. Like, I don't hate Borderlands 4. I wouldn't put it in Borderlands 2 category, but then again, Borderlands 2 is a unique experience. Like, they did a lot of things right, and I think the time that it also came out at helped cement that kind of feeling, because it was 2012. If you were around in 2012 playing video games, it was one hell of a time to be alive. And I think a lot of people, when they think back on Borderlands 2, they're also thinking back on the time that it came out on. Like, that it kind of helps fuel how you feel about the game. Because I'm sure most of us were children at the time, so, you know, there's also that. But in terms of just, like, pure gameplay, like, it's fine. I like it. I want to experience it in multiplayer for Borderlands 4. I feel like that will help elevate my current feelings on it even more. Because I think every Borderlands, even this one, even on the Vita, you know, you're limited to 2 players. But even when we have streamed it and played 2 players, it's really fun. It adds a whole new layer to the game. Mr. Donalord, welcome, my friend. Wonderlands was so much fun. Number 2 on my top list. Wow. I believe that is what they call in the business a hot take. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't have any information to add to your discussion. But I would think most people probably wouldn't have it that high. So, but I'm glad somebody is giving the game love. What about Borderlands Mobile? Where does that rank on all your lists if you were one of the very few people to play it? My list would probably be BO1, BO2. I read that wrong. BL2, BL1, the pre-sequel, 4, Wonderlands, BL3. I read that wrong again, hold up. I was trying to also dodge things. BL2, BL1, the pre-sequel, Wonderlands, BL3, BL4. You were not a fan of BL3? I mean, you know what, that could be... That's okay. Yo, I kind of don't like BL4 because it seems they're trying too hard to be a AAA game. It's too clean. Too clean? What do you mean by that? I'm curious to know what you mean. It does feel like ridiculously polished. I think a lot of what made Borderlands games interesting too is that they just naturally had a level of jank to them. But like, it didn't hinder your experience. It kind of like added to it. because you're like kind of searching for those janky things, and you're, exploiting these things to have fun, have more fun with the game, right? And there's like so many Easter eggs in this game. Like the Easter eggs always in older games, not just Borderlands, but in many older games, felt like if you found one, you found something like the holy grail of something. Like you found the Ark and the Covenant or something. Like it was something you weren't supposed to find. Nobody else knew it. Like you found, even if a whole bunch of other people had found it, like you felt like that one person. It wasn't something you were supposed to find, but you found it anyway. And I feel like modern Easter eggs today they're designed so that you do find them, if that makes sense. And then once somebody finds it, they put it on the internet, and then it ruins it almost a little bit. I don't know. Thoughts on the pre-sequel? I like the pre-sequel. I'm slowly liking the pre-sequel more and more the more I play it. I really wish it got a VR port like Borderlands 2 did. Like, Borderlands pre-sequel could have been so fun. Because the zero gravity stuff, it's not, you're not zipping through space and everything at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Because that would just be the worst motion sickness induced thing of all time. But like, you could slowly float around, you could spin around, shoot stuff in VR, and there's a whole bunch of giant set pieces in Borderlands pre-sequel. Like you're on planets and you can look up and see other planets in the distance. Like if they got that depth of field right, like it could have been such a fun experience. And you're in space, right? Who doesn't love VR space stuff? But no. I'm pretty sure by the time Borderlands 2 VR came out, the 2K Australia had shut down anyway, and that probably wouldn't have happened. Hey! Back away, sir. Oh. He knows some maneuvers. I see the chats. Give me 1 second. Need to make this play real quick. Hopefully I can... Out of the way, man! I am not above killing a teammate. I feel like Borderlands 4 didn't have enough jank. Isn't that what I said? I don't think I read that before I said that. Also, it kind of has an infamy system with the side quest. Like, you're talking like they just go on forever and ever and ever. Like, I didn't mind in the older Borderlands where, like, yeah, you have a set number... A set number of side quests that usually prepared you for the next big story mission. Whereas in Borderlands 4, it's kind of like, I could do this forever. Like, there's no real limit to the side quests. Doesn't make any sense, I don't know how it works. They should get rid of the infamy system, it sucks. Yeah, they could, there's a few things they could, omit. Where's my Sham? Man, the Minecraft Easter egg. The Minecraft Easter egg was so fun. I think that was the other thing, too, is that, like, a lot of, again, it goes with the time that the game was released at. There was a lot of other really great games coming out at that time, and the fact that Gearbox kind of found a way to implement those experiences and bring them into the game, like, finding that Minecraft Easter egg right now feels very Mothers of Baruch. Feels like just pure 2012, and a whole bunch of... Didn't they have a Dark Souls Easter egg, too? In the Caustic Caverns had a couple of Easter eggs. I think it was the Dark Souls one where the guy's like sitting near the fire, and then the Minecraft one was there. That's some good water. And I know there's like there's like the Tannis Easter egg too. I don't know if that one made its way into Borderlands 3. I don't really know where you would do that unless there's like a spot on Pandora. But Borderlands 1 and 2 had the Tannis one. I know it's in the Sawtooth Cauldron, I think is where it is in Borderlands 2. I don't know where it is in Borderlands 1. I feel bad. I'm not as well versed in that game. I've beat the story once, and then now, well, okay, twice, and I'm now starting TVHM for the first time ever on stream with Mr. Fatal, Mr. Flip, and Mr. Dragon. They were the entourage that we took with us. We joined in, and within the first 2 minutes, Mr. Fatal and Mr. Flip resorted to killing each other. It was great. I recommend, not that I'm self-promoting, I recommend, after this stream, go watch that one. In the live tab on YouTube. One of the reasons why I main Zero is so when I farm Sham, I just bore Bunker to death instantly. That is a good strategy. Unfortunately, I would be boring the Vita to death as well at the same time. Because I guarantee, like, if you've never played this version, or you've never seen any of the other streams that we've done on this version, this area, not so much, but for majority of the game, it is very easy to crash. Because I think it suffers from a memory leak, and the Vita did not have a lot of the memory, and the way that they did a whole bunch of software updates to this version to kind of expand the memory and tweak how it worked, and at some point I think they just messed it up, or the game was actually just too much for it to handle, and they couldn't optimize it properly, and so crashing is very prevalent. And boring Bunker would oh my god! Boring Bunker would most definitely do that. One day we'll try it, though. Someday, but not today. Mr. Swag, welcome, my friend. Dude, it's been almost 3 years since I've heard the word 94 Sham, holy Yeah, it's probably because it's taken 3 years for most people to get the damn shield. I'm hoping to not be one of them, because I'm running out of thumbnails that I pre-made to post on the YouTube side of things. Hurry this up, I'm almost out of time cards. I know Mr. Donut Lord knows where that's from. Got a share on the live as well, thank you, my friends. It must be a very boring Tuesday night, or Wednesday night. What day is it? BL2 is very spaghetti-coated sometimes. It is, and it very much is with the Vita version too. Like, they tried their absolute best, and we're playing on an actual Vita. We're playing on a PlayStation TV, which was a Vita without the screen, and you could plug it into the TV. Could you watch Netflix on it? No, because they didn't enable Netflix to work on here. Could you watch YouTube on it? No. Same reason. I don't know. I think, did the Vita ever have Crunchyroll? You might have been able to use that one on here, but yeah, there was a very small handful of games that worked on the Vita TV because, as you'd imagine, no touchscreen, no back touchpad, no gyroscope support, even though these have gyroscopes. So games that were like kind of reliant on those features didn't really work. Uncharted Golden Abyss being one of them, since it uses everything the Vita has to offer. And try as you may, even though majority of the game could be played like a regular Uncharted game, the one level that requires the camera, because you have to shine a blank piece of paper at a light, so you take your Vita and hold it to a light and it reveals the map. You can't do that on here. Which is unfortunate. And I kind of wish, like, once you've beat the game, you can just skip that chapter and you don't need to do it, but if you're playing it for the first time, you can't. Bro, for real, I grinded for almost, I think it was 4 days straight of just playing to get it. 4 days! Those are rookie numbers, my friend. I laugh at you. Who's killing me, bruh? This is, I think, like, stream 35 or something. And each one of these streams averages, like, 2.5 to 3 hours long. So, oh my god! So, like, yeah, we've been doing this quite a while. It's been, I think, around 11 months since we started. Mind you, I went through a whole year of teacher's college in that time, so it's not like 11 months every day of the year we're streaming it. But, you know, 30 some odd streams ought to do it. The bunker is one of the only areas where it plays nicely, and seeing the gameplay at 18 to 20 FPS says it all. Yeah, that's true. You know what? The bunker is such a small arena that the frame rate, other than when he's like dropping stuff, the frame rate is respectable, and the game does not, like, I don't have any worry playing in here that the game will crash on me, which is a rare feeling playing this version. So yeah, it is nice. Like, it feels a lot more like you're playing it on PS3. I was just typing that reference out. Didn't even get any Sham. Oh, for 4 days, I think that's just unlucky. That is unfortunate. Never have gotten a Sham, but I have gotten a B from Marcus Mercenary Day DLC chest. I've seen people get Shams from those chests too. And I really wish that DLC made its way to the Vita. I think it could have if they really tried, but I'm sure by the time that DLC came out, they were kind of done with this version. Did not want to go through the painstaking process of making anything else work on here. And I think by that point, Sony had kind of given up on the Vita as well, so, you know. Crazy they never fixed Bunker's hitbox. What are you talking about? I was hitting them, like, 100% ethically. Have you played Borderlands 4? A lot of Borderlands 4 questions tonight. I have played it. I have the super uber deluxe physical version sitting on my radio over back there, so yes. Have played it. Haven't finished it yet. Slowly chipping my way through, but I don't mind it. You know what? I like it. It's a fun game. It's fun. Not Borderlands 2, but you know what? It's fun. It's a good game. It's not actively trying to hurt me. It's a good game. Speaking of physical versions, I saw that GTA 6 got an announcement today that the physical version does not include a disc. It's just a download code in a box, which kind of sucks. I saw some theories as to why they're doing that. The main one being that they don't want people to, like, get their hands on the game early. You know, like, rob a truck or something, or rob a warehouse that they're keeping the game at. But, like, to that, I would think, because there was another game, I don't know what game it was, that released on disc, and some people got it, like, delivered early to them, legitimately got it delivered early. But even with the disc, you're not, like, allowed to start the software or something. Like, I don't know how that worked. Even if it was some kind of code, or, like, on their side, I would think you could probably just turn your console offline and then plug the disc in. I don't know. But, like, that kind of sucks. And I also saw they're locking a few things behind the Ultimate Edition, like a couple locations, and, you know, I'm sure it's not the end of the world. Like, people will still have fun with the game either way. But, you know, modern GTA requires modern strategies. It's better than 3, I haven't played it. Oh, is it better than 3? I haven't played it. Story-wise, I would say yes. Like main game story, I'm not talking DLC stories. Like, main game story, I would say probably yeah. Gameplay-wise, they're pretty similar. Like, Borderlands 4 probably has more variety, because they switched up how the gun systems work in that game. Multiplayer, I have no idea. I haven't played 4 in multiplayer, and I haven't played 3 multiplayer in forever, because it's broken on consoles. Weave. Jet loaders. But TBH, the download on a box was expected, was it? No, I've probably just been out of the loop for a while. I don't know, for anybody living out in the boonies who wants to download GTA 6 is now just kind of screwed. Because that game is absolutely going to be like 120 gigs or something. And now you're kind of forcing those people who probably have like 10 megabit per second internet to download that. And whereas a disc, it's an Ultra HD Blu-ray, you can fit 100 gigs of storage on those things. You could mitigate a whole bunch of that with a disc. Yeah, especially for those people. Like, but, you know, You gotta have the PS5 downloading for 10 days straight. I played on the PS Vita and it was not the best, not gonna lie. I mean, maybe you just weren't playing it for the right reasons, you know. It's comparatively, maybe not. Maybe it could be better. But, it was my first experience with Borderlands 2. Having that on the go back in the day was the best thing ever. Yes, there are better ways to do it now. There's the Switch version and portable PC version and whatever, but for what it was, for the time that it came out, it was fun. It did its job. Was it the most stable thing ever? No, but it didn't need to be. Like, it was just their first attempt at getting Borderlands on the go. And the cross-save feature really was cool. Like, if you weren't somebody who wanted to play on that console and subject yourself to playing at 15 frames per second all the time at home, then you could just transfer your save to the PS3, play it there, enjoy performance and better graphics, and then when you're going on vacation or something, just take it with you. It worked perfectly. Borderlands 3 works perfect on PS5. It does, yeah. I don't know if they fixed the shift issues, because I think when Borderlands 3 introduced crossplay, it messed up a whole bunch of stuff with the multiplayer. I have heard people say that the modern console versions work better in terms of that, but in my experience trying to get it to work on PS4, which it should be the same thing, because it's got crossplay and whatnot. Like, it's just a pain to get to work, even just to join people, and then even when you do, maintaining a game is a little difficult to do, but maybe they've changed it. Maybe they've fixed stuff on their end, and who knows. It's been a while since I've looked at it. But, my hope is that they've fixed it. Nerd. I hate my new job. Welcome, Mr. Fatal. How are we? Greetings. Quit it, do it. Please don't do it. Don't get an idiot on the internet says Vice. How will you pay bills? With a new job. You said it yourself. But I need money, and if I quit, I'm a disappointment to my family. Well, I mean, there's, like, plenty of jobs out there. Ugh. That eyelash is not going away. You ever get an eyelash that just... We got ourselves a Sham! Let's go! It's been like how long have we been going for? 41 minutes. That was a quick 41 minutes. 2.25 streams! What do we think it is? I'm not walking up to it so you can see what it is. I want you to guess beforehand. I'm gonna say 91. I'm going bold. What do we think it is? I can finally add a Sham to the Sham counter. It's been a long time. 2 streams is like close to 6 hours, and we've been going for 40 minutes, so like almost 7 hours worth of stream time since we've seen one. 94, Mr. Eugene? Did I say that right? I apologize if I didn't. 94, I like the optimism. We need that. Family soul. Anyway, 89, 84, prioritizer will be not being well seen by... We got Mr. Patreon is turning into Socrates. Being 93 Sham. Alright. It's alright. So we got 89, 84, 93, 94, and I'll go 91. Let's see what we got. Nobody said 85, but Mr. Fatal was the closest. Man! It's okay. It can only go up from here. It's just nice to see a Sham in the flesh yet again. It's alright. 85 is like kind of right in the middle almost. 80... yeah, I would say it's like in the middle, if not at 86. Sad face, yeah, I know. wasn't quite the one that we wanted, but what are you gonna do? Get a better one? Sure, yeah. But, like, you know, we keep trying, we keep going. We're still early on. Still plenty of time to acquire the Sham. Mr. Zach, welcome, my friend. How are we? How's the day going? It's probably nearing dinner time for you, I would say, if I'm remembering my time zones correctly. Did you accidentally sell a weapon you wanted to keep? Don't worry, you can buy it back from the... Explosive elemental damage provides dependable but not spectacular damage against all enemy types. Borderlands 1 explosive damage kinda sucks. I don't know, like, it didn't do that much, like, against armored enemies, I would say. Like, I wish it did more. Borderlands 1 also doesn't tell you which enemies are armored. You kind of just have to look at their skin and decide, like, oh yeah, a lanceman is physically wearing armor. He must have armor. Not like some other enemies in Borderlands 2, like a badass Varkid. Why do I need corrosive? I don't know. But sometime, yeah, whatever. That hint triggered me. My mood is ruined. I see the chats. I see too many chats. Hang on. How? Brick. We've been over this. I will be doing no such thing. Alright. Reading the chats. Never mind, I had all the recent ones loaded on my thing. Are we beating the odds? 44 shams on 1,384 runs? I don't know, are we? You guys have the math in front of you. I mean, if we're beating the odds, I don't know if I would rather be beating the odds or be lower than the odds, because then we get more shams. I don't know. I'm hoping too much, I fear. Boom! Resident Evil. The Ionia Thor is going well. Any PS1 recommendations? NHL 99 and NASCAR 99 or 98, whichever one came on the Vita. Or PS1. Honestly, I don't know. There's a lot of good... double sham. There's a lot of good PS1 games out there. I recommend go on on YouTube and search up like somebody's top 10 PS1 games and see if any of those are something you might enjoy, and then very legally and respectfully locate the ROMs, and there you go. Bro, the frames on this are... Yeah, that does say atrocious, alright. I'm looking at it from very far away. I have two computers going for the chat. It's just your Wi-Fi, buddy. There we go. Mr. Donut Lord. I'm gonna make you a shirt that says that. But it's PS Vita, so I respect it. Thank you, my friend. PS Vita also thanks you for that. You know. We're having a good time. Look at this. Like, does this not just scream 2012? First day of summer. Come home from a long day of school. Final day of school. Windows are open. Breeze is blowing in. Sun's setting. You load up your game console. You just run through Three Horns, or you run through Sanctuary, and you hear that music hit, and you're just like, this is peak. Was that just me? I don't know. It's 10 past 2 in the afternoon. Alright, so not quite dinner time. It's probably like just after lunchtime. I find it impressive you managed to get 1,385 runs in the Vita. I've always had to not look directly to the screen so I don't get motion sickness because of the FOV and FPS. I mean, like, how do you think I feel? No, I've just kind of gotten used to it by now. Like, I'm somebody who, if I play a game and, like, I'm playing just, like, you know, sitting on the couch or whatever, playing a game, low FPS or jittery FPS doesn't bother me. I know when I'm playing a VR game, it kind of bothers me. Like, Rec Room... R.I.P. Rec Room. sometimes would get real bad with the jittering, and like it's just you have to close your eyes. It's just too much to try and stomach. I've been playing the Incredibles game for the PS2. Okay, yeah, the actual Incredible game. I don't think I ever had that one. I guarantee if you bought the DVD like movie for the Incredibles back then, if it had a special features option or second disc, guarantee that disc had the demo for that game on it somewhere. You like threw it into a PC or something or an Xbox. I'm on holidays now for 2 weeks. It's winter break. I forget we're on like completely opposite sides of the world. So like right now it's nice and it was sunny today, but like bro's on Christmas break. It's not even Christmas. I think the loading screens are the worst part about this. I mean, you get to think and reflect on life. You think, why did I spend $30 on this version of the game? It's some good reflections. And I bet you, most of you have never seen any of the hints on this game, because they're all on the loading screens, and every modern PC just zips through them. We found a Sham, and I'm going to be very sad if it's the only Sham, because it wasn't one of the ones that I wanted. I won't. I won't look. Ooh.
Hello there, Luke.
E-Tech. Ew. Man, that's fine. Thought there was a pearl in with that green for a second. Wishful thinking. Also good Silent Hill 1, Gran Turismo 2, Driver, Dino Crisis, Parasite Eve, and of course Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the best one. Mr. Patron was low, it was ready to go with that list. I have a few physical PS1 games. I don't actually own a PS1. Like, I like owning the console itself rather than emulating the thing, but I feel like the PS1... Like, I have a PS3, and I have a PS2. Granted, like, the CD laser in my PS2 is very much dying. It still works for music, though, but games it tends to have a harder time with. But my PS3 still runs CDs just fine, and it runs PS1 games just fine. So, like, I don't really see the need, and I don't really have the space to have a PS1 when I'm not going to probably use it as much as the others. I don't know, I like having the PS1 backwards compatibility on the PS3. It's very nice. I don't care so much for the fact that I can use HD, more so that the controller's wireless. PS3 controller's wireless, and you can just have, like, in theory, unlimited storage space, because PS1 memory cards were like, what were they, 120 something kilobytes? You know how many of those you could make on a 500 gig PS3? Unlimited. Jesus Christ. I didn't see him. Where was he? Was this you, Jesus? Are these the instructions for the second coming of you? Well, that's something I miss. Loading screen hints. Nowadays, loadings are so fast, we don't get them. Yeah, that's true, and I feel like that's never gonna come back again. We've tasted what fast SSDs can really do for us. There's... Like, I feel like loading screens were a necessity. Like, you couldn't really get around them back in the day. And then, like, developers came up with, oh, these things are going to happen whether we like it or not. So how do we make them fun? Like, some games let you, like, play a little mini-game or something while the game loaded, or, you know, the hints, or the artwork. And then they're like, yeah, guess what? God of War 2018 was a thing. We don't need load screens, we just need rocks. Put rocks or shimmying sections, and look at that. We figured it out. I'll miss the Vita, but... Hold up. You're in the Sham zone! I missed the Vita, but I'm looking forward to continuing my handheld journey with the Ionia Thor. Plus, you can play Vita and PSP games on it too. That is true. I was gonna say you can emulate Vita games with Vita 3K. It's a little. I would say the Vita emulation scene is not the best, mainly because the programs that you're supposed to use have been kind of abandoned by the developers, and also locating Vita VPKs or not VPKs. You can't run. Is that a pearl? Could it be? No, it's not. You've lied. Like, come on, dude. You can't look at that from wherever I was looking at it. Like, look at that. That is a pearlescent beam if I ever seen one. Man, don't do this to me. Look at that. That is a pearl. A blind man could see that. Getting punked. 10 FPS. And what about it? Say what you want to say. I could take it. A beautiful tenths FPS. I'm impressed, honestly. That's the right answer. All the time honored tradition of the loot beam clipping, how I hate it. I know. It's even worse on the Vita because the game limits the randomization of how items fall on the ground to save memory and processing power. So, like, when the items in this fight, at least, fall, a lot of them will fall right on top of each other and in the same orientation. So, like, it's really easy to get that to happen. Way more often than you'd think. That you can deal with. Or that you can deal with it. It's fine. It's fine. It's not as bad as you think, you know. Maybe that's just because I haven't had enough gaming experiences with stuff that's like 120 FPS or higher, but I don't mind this, you know. I've played through the whole game more than once like this. We did it all on YouTube. We streamed the whole shebang from level 1 to 61. All the DLCs too, and on multiplayer. You want to stress the Vita out even more? Play BL2 Vita multiplayer. Who tried to pump fake me with that? Ooh! Oh. Weave. That's money. Man. Autocorrect don't like me. Well. Don't hate the player. Hey. Stand back, sir. Even though you're very much not a threat, I don't care. I don't want to get blown off the side of the cliff, thank you very much. Too many times have I just looked over to the left to read the chat and then found myself running off the side of the thing. There we go. What's the highest sham you've gotten so far? The highest one we've gotten is the 90% sham, and we've also found 4 70% or 77% shams. It's been a long day. 4 77s, so I think we're due for a 94. But 90 is the highest we've acquired so far. Ooh. Reload. One frame, it's gone. The next is there. Did you overclock your Vita or no? I'm gonna give you 3 guesses as to whether I did, yes or no. No, the answer is no. I did not. Mainly because when we started streaming it for YouTube, I wanted to stream it as if it was 2014 when this port came out, and you had just picked it up at the store, and you wanted to play it. So I wanted to show off what that kind of experience would have been like back in the day, and also to just kind of see, because like I know this version is riddled with glitches and Does that say Handsome Jack is in the TikTok? I love that. Yo, why did you try to take over Pandora? That's not cool. Because I know this version is littered with glitches and bugs and all that. So, like, I wanted to actually just see, is it possible from level 1 to get all the way to max level and play all the DLCs at all? And the answer is, like, 99% yes, you can. Have you ever experienced more than 10 frames, big guy? I have. You know, shockingly enough, in this version, there are very few spots where you can hit 60. The very beginning area with Claptrap, once the snow kind of dissipates, if you go back to the, like, where you spawn in and you, like, look up to the northern lights, you can get 60, and the beginning of the Terramorphous arena, you can get 60 in a couple spots. Other than that, it's very rare. And I think the Bloodshot, wherever you go to fight the 3 assassins, whatever that place is called, that's not the Stronghold, is it? I can't remember. I don't think it is. Wherever that place is, there's a couple spots where you can get 60, but that's because they released a software update that did some stuff to the texture streaming, because apparently it had a lot of issues there before on the Vita, and they had to fix it by doing some weird loading in of assets. We gotta be 90's crazy, isn't that like 2 parts off? I think it is. 94 is the highest. Borderlands 2 and the PS Vita, I just bought one. Well, what are you waiting for? Get on the system. Experience the best game in the worst way possible. You can't even find a crappy PC and turn the graphics low enough and still have it perform like this. I'll give somebody $5 if they manage to do that. Get it looking as bad as this and also performing like this on a, like, actual computer. I don't know if it's possible. I love your streams in Battlefront. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by once again. You know, Ben and I gotta do another... Gotta do another Battlefront stream at some point here. We got summer. We gotta use the time to get that win streak back up. 360 no scope. I was about to say this is rough. What are you talking about? This is as smooth as salted butter. Polygons. No. This is the best polygonal experience you'll ever have. Because it's a looter shooter. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Appreciate you. Are you going for the legendary? Indeed we are. We're going for the 94 Sham. I'll show off what we kind of have acquired from him so far. For those on the TikTok, because you can't see the overlay thing that I have going on the YouTube, we just completed run 1389. We've acquired 44 Shams, 56 bunker SMGs. I don't know how many customizations because I hate them and I didn't count them. And we found, I think, this pearl, this from bunker, maybe this from bunker, this from bunker. I think we already had that. Paul might have gotten that from bunker. I don't remember you. No. No. I don't think so. Maybe. Got the volcano from bunker. I told that one was kind of rare. And then the rest is fine. Here's the bone shredder, by the way. I love showing this off to a whole bunch of new people. You know, that item you get in Firestone. Here it is on the Vita. This is what it looks like all the time, by the way. Like, this isn't like a one-off thing. This is just how the gun looks. The crosshair is on other guns, so that's the only reason why this shows up. You can use it. It functions exactly as you would expect it would. What's this game called? Borderlands 2. This is the Vita version, so play it at your own risk. But yeah, this gun, they just forgot to add the texture in, like when it's on the ground and on the item card and everything. So Yeah, it's the schizo bone shredder is like what I like to call it. Get out of the way, Axton. I can't see the guns. This is what I want. Also, whenever you unequip the Slaga, it just turns into a strobe mess, so I don't recommend doing that. Save quitting, it fixes it, but, you know, again, at your own risk. That wasn't so hard when the 50 series GPUs didn't support PhysX performance was similar. It was similar to this? I think it looked a little better than this, though. But didn't they add the PhysX support back? Like, because people were complaining about it. But they support it now. Okay. If I had read one chat down, I would have had my answer. Thank you for the share. Or share. Golumpus. Thank you for the share. I got lucky a few years ago. I decided to farm for the 94, and I got it. And I think it was 250... 250 runs? Get this dude out of the stream. That's insane. That's insane. Oh, the good all yellow, black, green flashing squares everywhere when you decide to go ham. Oh yeah, exactly. Like, I'll warn you next time I do that. Yes, there's a few minor visual glitches. A few. Just a few. That I found. Is the Irony of Thor the one with the 2 screens? If so, play some 3DS games like Mario Kart 7. That would go pretty nice on that one. It is the one with the 2 screens, Mr. Patron. If you're in the Discord, he sent a picture in it in there. To that person who asked what game this is, you will have a better experience playing in a potato of a PC than on a Vita. I think if you got like a whole bunch of potatoes, you'd probably have a better time with it than that. Just eGPU Vita, just plug in 3 potatoes, and then you're fine. That's what the mystery port was. It was an eGPU port that never got used. What run are you on? This is run 1390. We've been doing this quite a while. I think this is like the 35th or 6th stream doing this, so yippee. When did they stop updating this game since the max level 61? I'm not entirely sure which DLC it stopped, because as far as I know, when it released, it was on par with all the other versions, but when they released it, it came with all the DLCs, so, or that were out at the time, so it came with Torg, Oasis, Krieg and Gage, or Krieg and Gage, and some cosmetic DLCs, and Ultimate Vault Hunter Upgrade 1, and that was it. No Headhunters, no Tina, no Hammerlock, none of that. And no UVHM 2 or, what am I? OP levels. None of that. Granted, I don't think anybody would want to do the peak, on this. OP 8 peak on the Vita. Although that would be quite an entertaining challenge run to see somebody do. Although I think legally it could be classified as torture. Cringe and cage. Yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. It's been a long day. Do you have the Simpsons hit and run on your Vita? I don't. I have a modded Vita, but I don't use it that often. I really should. They're putting a whole bunch of cool homebrew stuff on it.
Hello there, Luke.
I put Nanosaur on it. I loved playing Nanosaur on my grandma's iMac back in the day. And then, what else do I have on it? I have, like, whatever the original PT demo thing that was on the PS4, somebody homebrewed their own version onto the Vita, and it, like, looks really good, and they use the actual sounds from that, so it's pretty much like the authentic experience. What else? Bugdum. Bugdum's also on there. I love Bugdum. I wish they put Demos Rising. That was a fun game. It's on my eMac applications disc. Yeah. I wouldn't also mind Nova 3. If anybody remembers the glory days of Gameloft, you probably remember Nova 3 on the phones. I read somewhere that it was actually supposed to come out on the Vita as well, and like playing, like remembering what the game kind of was makes sense because it did have controller support. So, like, theoretically, somebody were to port it onto the Vita, you wouldn't need to use the touch controls. And it looked really good for an iPhone game. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Derpster. Love the username. Damn, brother, I hope you get it soon. Keep that grind going, all love. Thank you, my friend. We're definitely trying. I knew mildly what I was getting into. It was the end of TVHM when we were playing our final TVHM stream. That was when I think I made the decision that I was going to start it after UVHM, which was 11 months ago. Like, I guess that was the time. People were like, oh yeah, you should do it. I'm like, oh, okay. I will. And here we are. 11 months later. With less sanity than I started with. PT on the Vita? Oh yeah. I don't remember, I think it's called the Hallway. Like, if you want to download that homebrew for yourself, it's called the Hallway, but it functions and looks and sounds exactly like that demo of PT did on the PS4 back in 2013, so if that's your thing and you have a modded Vita, absolutely go and download it. Or find it. I don't remember how I got it, but, you know. It's fun. Nova 3 was so fun, man. The multiplayer was so fun on Nova 3. All those catchphrases haunting me in my head. This looks crazy, wow. Thank you, my friend. We try. This is the 60 series NVIDIA GPUs without any AI upscaling. This is the performance and visuals that you can expect on GTA 6. Less sanity, more viewers. Well, you know what? I don't know if that's healthy. But yeah, we did have that one. I think it was a Sham stream where we had 180 people in here, which was, like, by far the, we got ourselves another Sham! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, baby! What do we think it is? What do we think it is? I'm sticking with my 91. I want to see a 91. Let's do it. Played a lot of Modern Combat. Modern Combat, I remember that. Oh, man. The Battlefield clones. I miss those times, man. I feel so old when you said PT in 2013 in the same set. That's when it came out. What are you talking about, man? I was 10 when that game came out. Damn, PS Vita DLC only goes to 61. I didn't know that. Yeah, unfortunately it did, but, you know, it's still fun. Like, it's still a full game either way. So, you know, we do... Whoa. What the hell? What are we playing on? We're playing on the PS Vita. 87, 89, 91. You copied me, Mr. Patron. 91. Two 91s, 87, 89. Anybody else want to take a guess as to what the Sham percentage could be? It ranges anywhere from 77, and if you say 77, you're gone. I will, like, eradicate you from the planet. Anywhere from 77 to 94, and 94 is the one that we want. It has a 0.0034% chance of dropping. 94, there we go, Mr. Corey. That's the right way to think. Hey, more viewers, more people to buy merch. Yes, the merch that doesn't exist. The t-shirts that don't exist. 94, you got this. Alright, 87, 89, 94, 91, my 91. Let's see. Oh, ooh, that's bad. That's not good, man. Why do you have to be this way? Why couldn't you be the one that I wanted? Well, at least I can update the Sham counter. That's the 45th Sham in 1,391 runs. And it made my heart sad. That's okay, though. We're seeing Shams. Don't you escape. Oh. That's alright. Yeah, weapons disappear really quick in this version. RAM. Not a lot of it. Gotta conserve it where you can. Gods, no. Yeah, I know. They're not that kind to us, alright? To my knowledge, and this is the whole reason why I'm doing this, alright? Like I'm not just an insane person. Don't answer that. To my knowledge, and we've done some research on this, I don't think anybody has ever found a 94 Sham on the PS Vita version. That's most likely due to the fact that nobody has played this version this far into into the game. I know a couple people have, and they're both on my friends list, and I've played the game with one of them. So, we're trying, like, there's no evidence of people on the internet ever finding it, or at least not documenting it. So we're trying to be the first to do it. And I'm going to document it. And that's what all these streams are for, documenting it. To have some video proof, some video evidence of it. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Jordan. Appreciate you on TikTok. Did they put the pre-sequel or BL1 on the Vita? Unfortunately not. Seeing the state that this game was left in, I think it would have been cruel and unusual punishment if they did try to put them on the Vita. Not to say that I wouldn't like them, like I would absolutely download them on here, but the pre-sequel, I think, is just like a touch too demanding for the Vita to do. I don't think comfortably is the word, because even this is not what most would consider comfortable. But even on like the PS3 360, the pre-sequel was struggling a bit. So, no, it didn't get put on it, and Borderlands 1 didn't either, unfortunately. And I think I heard from somebody that Borderlands 1 actually has like slightly higher system requirements than 2. I don't know. I never fact-checked that, but I would believe that, since Borderlands 1 has a lot of huge areas, and there's a lot of physics going on. Like, there's a lot of dismemberment that happens in that game, and the ragdoll effects that you usually get, and the amount of enemies that can spawn on screen, so, I know they would most likely tone those things down from the Vita version, but, in either way, like, it would not be a good time for the developers on the Vita, I would think. Yeah, that's right, including Switch games. Oh yeah, you can emulate Switch games? Okay. I'd imagine, Mr. Zach, if you're still there, Switch games are probably, like, infinitely harder to try to get your hands on to emulate. DPS. Taste the wave. Damn, you still trying to farm for the 94 Sham? Is this like a bad thing now? You've seen me for this long and, I still haven't found it yet. We got ourselves not a Sham! No! Get out of here, you can go back. I don't want you, I want to swap you out. You suck. Yup, back, yeah. Go back. Go back home. I don't need you here. I need the other guy. I think BL1 had less cartoony graphics. That might have been why. IDK. That could be true, because I think originally Borderlands 1 was supposed to be more of the realistic look, and then they decided to, bazooka. They decided to go for the cel-shadedness. So I wouldn't doubt that. I don't know. Also, again, I'm going to say it again, since there's new people here. If you're into Borderlands 1 stuff, we also did on YouTube. YouTube is in the TikTok bio. We did also do a 4-player Borderlands 1 PS3 stream. All 4 of us, like, we all got our PS3s out, all got the game. Starting for TVHM, so, we're kind of well on our way, but, like, starting from the beginning, but in TVHM. We did that, had the voice chat going, and it was a magical experience. Really brings you back to the time of the game when it came out. So yeah, if you're interested in that, please go and enjoy that. It's been like 2 months. Well, I'm glad you're back, Mr. Potlicker. How are we? How's the 2 months been? Mr. Levi, how are you going? Pardon me. Or thank you for the follow on TikTok, Mr. Levi. Rough. Nah, it's fine. You can't change your FOV on the Vita? No, you can't. No graphical settings to speak of on the Vita except censoring gore, I guess, would be like... Which, like, the gore being just a, like, cloud of blood when something dies, because there's no ragdoll unless you run something over. Or your Doc Mercy. He has ragdoll physics when you kill him, but I think that's because he holds a mission when you kill him for the first time, so he has to be like an interactable object. But other than that, no. No real graphics settings. The Claptrap Easter egg in the menus is in here, though. We tried that. I want to get BL2 back, but I don't know what bosses to grind. I mean, if it's been a while since you played the game anyway, I would say just play it to enjoy it the first time around. Like, if you're playing normal mode, there's really not a whole lot of farming that you have to do. Especially since most areas won't scale with you for that long. Like, I would say if you can get a Herald early game, or like a Hornet or something, like, it should be good for the rest of your normal mode playthrough. Like, I really wouldn't farm till near the end of TVHM and then just UVHM. Like, I would just say, just play the game, enjoy it, have fun, and, you know, all those other positive things I could have said. Alright, I'm gonna give you to the count of 3. I wanted to try for the Sham, but damn, count me out. Why was my struggle not inspiring to you? Was this not something you could see yourself doing? Spending countless hours searching for a shield that may or may not exist on here? My feelings are mildly hurt, I think. I only grinded 3, I finished the story already, but who do you recommend? On Borderlands 3? For farming? I don't know. Depends on the gear that you want. Like, Kilovolt is the only guy I kind of remember farming because I wanted the Monarch for one of the Iridian takedowns, but the only reason he felt like farming is because he's an enemy with a huge shield that resists electricity damage. So it's kind of just like not fun, and especially since he only drops the gun at Vault Hunter 6 or Mayhem 6, and like I hadn't played the Mayhem levels at that point, like Mayhem 1. So like, you know, you had to try and kill him with Mayhem 1 level gear. I had the Doom gun, whatever that shotgun was. That was my saving grace once I finally beat the shield. Playing Peak right now, Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Are you playing it on the actual PS2, or are you playing the newer version that they put on the PS4? Or didn't they like remaster the game? I don't know. I remember when I got our PS4, it came with a download code for it that I never used, and it's most definitely expired now. Didn't know your Vita save can be uploaded and used on PS4. Oh yeah. It can be uploaded and used on the PS3 and PS4, and vice versa. The only catch is that the PS3 and 4, like if you're downloading a character from there onto a Vita, they can't be higher than level 61. They can have gear from other DLCs that the Vita doesn't have. The only thing is that the Vita will tell you that, oh hey, you won't be able to access these items until you download the correct DLCs, which it doesn't have. But it'll still let you load and play the game fine. But in terms of the leveling, I don't think it'll let you play with a character that's like level 65 or something. But, you know, up until that point, you can go back and forth, and it's fun. And even with the PS3, as long as there's a character that's under level or at or under level 72, you can swap it between the PS3 and PS4. Because I know PS4 got the Fight for Sanctuary DLC and raised the level cap to 80 and OP10, so... Not to, I'm playing Salvador, but like damage build. I think you're asking the wrong guy, unfortunately. I don't know. Just start farming any boss, honestly. Pick one that you think might be somewhat challenging, but not like challenging to the point where you'll never want to play the game again, and then just go from there. Test your skills out, test the build out. You know. Have fun. Play through the game and farm the boss Uranus from the Lilith DLC. Yeah, he has some pretty good drops too. Like I've seen if you want pearls, go to him. PS3 versions streaming on the PS5. Ah. What? PS3 version. I don't think Star Wars Bounty Hunter ever came out on the PS3. Or was playable on the PS3 unless you had like a backwards compatible PS3? I don't even know why I'm getting the money. I don't need it. I need Shams. Can you find a Sham? Why did you throw the Sham at Terramorphous? He doesn't need it.
Look at that.
He's already invincible enough. It's in the name. We're nearing run 1400. We're at 1395 currently. Need to buy another PS3. Did you just bore with Axton? What if I said yes? What would you do? Would you freak out? Would you do whatever I told you to do? No, I didn't. I used the Sandhawk, which was graciously provided to us by Mr. Honest Liar, the guy I played multiplayer with this version from TVHM and UVHM. He provided me with a Sandhawk, or multiple Sandhawks, and he had a corrosive one. Lo and behold, it works wonders on Bunker. PS4, I meant. Okay. Thank you for the like. Mr. User, very much many numbers following. Thank you, my friend. I'm typing while playing multitasking. Imagination. If only the 94 Sham would drop first run. I mean, I'm pretty sure when I started doing these runs, I swear to God, I made a joke about that. There's no way you start a Sham run and don't make a joke about getting it first run. Some people have. Some people get a 94 off the story kill. And I'm like, have you ever seen the photo of the kid online where they're like frowning, but then somebody puts the proud of you or happy for you caption? That's how I would feel. That's how I do feel. So loud. The audio's not as loud for you guys. I have mercilessly turned it down because the bunker fight just amplifies all game sound by like 300% for some reason. And when you're on a Vita, you can hear the compression. The compression becomes one with you. Got another follow in the TikTok. Thank you, my friend. 94 from a loot from a locker loot. That would be something. I feel like that would just be cheating though. Like I feel you have to do this. You have to get the 94 from bunker. It's like I've questioned before, you know, what if, because the gun right at the end when he drops that pile right behind you, it's, oh no, oh no, yeah. He, this is like world drop area, so like technically he can drop a Sham here, but like, would it count if I got it from there? Does it have to be from here? I don't know. We have 2 Shams so far in a bunker SMG, which I think I added to the list. I'm pretty sure I did. No world drops or pearls as of yet. It has happened. It was the one night where we found 2 pearls and no shams. That was just an insulting night to stream. But, you know. 96. I use the bunker fight as my my alarm ringtone and it wakes me up. What part of this is the ringtone? There's like a great many things that could be. Is this a modded port? It is not. It is... I really wish I brought it over here. It's like sitting right back on the radio. Like, I have the physical version of Borderlands 2 on the Vita, and I love showing it off to people. I forgot it over there, though. But, no, we're playing on the Vita, and it was actually released. Like, it came bundled with the Vita Slim in 2014 when that was released. So you could pay, like, $350 to play this. Who wouldn't want to do that? I'll tell you. Everybody! Because nobody bought the Vita. Or this. Nah, Borderlands 2 is one of the more popular games on the Vita. But I think that's just because nobody knew how bad it was yet. Damn, it's like a PowerPoint. Come on. Come on. What do you expect? It's got no fans. Very little. Like, the Vita TV is smaller than my phone. Like, my 13 Pro, it's smaller than this. Who's texting me? Nobody's texting me. Like, what do you can't expect that much out of it. When I don't see a sham, I like to think it flew to Terramorphous. You know what, yeah, I don't know. When we started the sham farm, I was convinced, because, like, I had never seen him drop a sham before we started. And I noticed that some money would get stuck up, like, right off the kind of front of him. It would get stuck on the ledge. And so I was afraid that it would get stuck up there, and I'd just quit, and I'd never see it again. And so a lot of the early runs were very inefficient, because I'd have to, like, grenade jump my way up there and, like, clip through him to see if it got stuck. And then once the first one was given to us, I'm like, okay, no, this is what it's supposed to look like. We're fine. Like, I don't have to do that anymore. Got another follow in the TikTok. Good lord, my friends. I appreciate you guys. I'm not used to that. I appreciate it. Appreciate all of you. Can we get a BL2 Wonderlust only playthrough? What is that? What do you mean by that, my friend? Wow, this is sick. I had no idea. I've got a Vita. Gravity Rush and Persona 4 Golden were my go-tos, but Morrowind was recently ported. Ooh, I think I did see that. There's a lot of homebrew ports being added to the Vita. I think I have Mario 64 too, like the actual N64 version of it. Here's the Axton Boar. It's close enough, I think. Sandhawk. PS Vita Borderlands 2. I'm home. Anybody ever seen the Simpsons movie? When Homer drives the family to Alaska. I'm home. Welcome to Alaska. Here's $1,000. Oh! Weave. I want to see a professional Borderlands 2 YouTuber do their hardest speedrun challenge on the Vita version. I want to see how that would turn out. I got another follow on the TikTok. Two more follows! Appreciate you guys. Holy. I've legitimately lost count for how many new people have come by the stream tonight. Appreciate all of you. Thank you. That means a lot. Man. Mario 64 has been. I've not figured that one out yet, but I'm definitely trying. I don't remember how I got it on my modded one. I don't usually use the modded system I have. Like, if I am going to play a Vita, I'll play, like, my unmodded handheld. But, I don't remember. I know it's not, like, as straightforward as some of the other games, but far as I remember, I don't remember it being too difficult. Like I think I took like I had the SD to Vita thing, right, with the micro SD in it, and I think I just put the SD card into my computer and then downloaded the files with the computer, and then just transferred it on that way, and then there you go. I know nobody really does that anymore because the Vita modding community has made it so that you can do almost everything on the system itself. Like, you can mod the system with the system itself, which is amazingly efficient. I had to use my laptop to do it back in the day because you couldn't do that yet. But yeah, there's that one. There's the PT demo thing that we were talking about earlier. Nanosaur if you were a 90s Mac kid. Bugdum, which is just fun to say. I don't think that one runs the best, but it's still Bugdum, so you can't go wrong. The music's really funny in that game too. What else? What else? The Retro Arc, which is fun. Lets me play Cave Story on the Vita, which Cave Story will run on everything, so there's really no reason why they didn't put it on the Vita. I know they put it on the DS, the Wii store. It was on the WiiWare. It was I think it was like an 800 plus points game on the DS because it was, I don't know what currency exchange the DS points added into or whatever, but it was 800 plus. It was a big game, worth big money, and it was worth it. That's how I try to, but I'm still stuck with plugging the system in with the cable and a proprietary SD card. Oh, like you don't have the SD to Vita thing? Like you don't have a micro SD card? It has to be with the Vita memory card? I mean, if you have an OLED model and you're doing that, you like need an actual Vita memory card to do the mod thing properly. Shane Illustrate. Bless you. Pardon? What? Who's Shane? Why is he illustrating things? Can't be upset. Like, I'll consider a stream to be a success if we've had a minimum of 2 shams. And we have. The only problem is that it wasn't the sham I wanted. So we haven't. But we have to keep going. Mr. Donut Lord is online, I'm guessing on the PS3. Playing Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Gotta head out. You have a good night. You have a good one, my man. Good night, my friend, Mr. or Mrs. Jaden. I can't tell from here. Whoever you are, have a great night. Thank you for stopping by and having some chats with us. Always appreciate the company. No, we've had a lot of new people, mainly on the TikTok this time. It used to kind of like fluctuates back and forth between new people finding the YouTube and then new people finding the TikTok, which is nice. I really wish I could still stream on Twitch. Like I don't know if there's potential people who might want to find it on there, because I know especially at like this time of night, it's not like Borderlands 2 isn't the most streamed thing ever. So like giving something for those people to be interested in would be nice, but I can't stream to 3 things at once at the same time anymore anyway, and even if I wanted to, I think the Twitch is still borked. Like, I'm not sure what's wrong with it. I don't know if it's the encoder setting I have, which realistically shouldn't mean anything, but I'm thinking it probably is. I don't know. It doesn't like, I'm guessing it doesn't like the Apple encoder that I'm using. Mr. Skeleton, welcome my friend. Subdude was taking a nap, just got up right now and saw that you're streaming. What could be a better way to a better thing to wake up to? Honestly, I can't think of anything except the 94 Sham. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Just farmers. I don't know. Mr. Caleb, welcome, my friend. How are we? I think you're new. Oh my god, you're hunting it on the Vita. As someone whose first game of Borderlands started on the PS Vita, I appreciate you. A fellow first Borderlands enjoyer on the Vita guy. We should make a term for those kind of people. For us. Huh? Back away, sir. I tacked like 500 hours on the game on the tiny little Vita. This man is an OG if I ever seen one. That's amazing. I know, I think of all the versions, I've probably played the Vita version the most. PS3 being second, but absolutely, like... I don't know what it is. Like, I know there's much better versions of the game out there, but it has a charm to it. It has a certain charm to it that other versions just don't have. Maybe because it's going against all odds and was never really supposed to exist in the first place, but still did. And especially back in the day, like doing or being able to play Borderlands 2 on the go. Unheard of. Where is he? What? Where? Where are the ants, man? Tell me. I don't see him. He's been floating around for so long, I'm hearing voice lines I've never heard out of those guys. Bang. Come on. You know you want to. Oh, you suck! It's okay. It's a drop. RNG is good. We're on the right track. It's just... I don't want a customization I've already unlocked for like the 500th time. I don't like you, Valve loading screen head. Was it Valve that did that? I thought that was the loading screen in Portal. I don't know. Another like on the TikTok. Thank you, my friend. 1,399 runs. One away from 1,400 runs. It's outrageous. Most Marauders don't have any armor on their heads. Do they have armor at all? I don't remember the Marauders having any armor, but... whatever. Who am I to question the Borderlands 2 loading screen hints? It's like getting wisdom from God himself. Their high fire rate and low recoil SMGs are great at medium range. I would argue they're probably decent at close range too. Many bullets hit faster. Fire elemental damage is great against flesh. Like, you can't go wrong. Every single tip on here is good advice for the game. Hyperion surveyors are weak to corrosive. Like, look at that. You should be a pro. Like, I swear, if you've never played the game before, you have no idea what Borderlands 2 is, and you just read all those hints while you're waiting for your game to load, you can absolutely become a pro. Expand upon the knowledge bestowed upon you. Alright. Let's see. Should start, like, on Twitch, just have people gamble as to whether or not they think he'll drop a Sham. Channel points. Is that a thing? I watched Queso, and that's when I realized that Twitch has so many other things that you can do with it, other than just streaming. I mean, it's part of streaming, but, like, all the different parts I had no idea even existed. I like streaming on YouTube, but it has some limitations, I guess, for the interactability you can do with it. Why are you playing the PS Vita version? Why aren't you playing the PS Vita version? Is this a challenge? I mean, yes and no. Originally, we wanted to, you know, we wanted to stream it and see whether or not it was possible to complete the game from level 1 to max level and the DLCs. Like, no mods, no nothing. Is it possible to do it on the Vita version? And so we ran with it, and the more and more streams we did, the more people seemed to pick it up and enjoy it, and, you know, 2 people asked me, hey, you should do a Sham farm when you're done. I'm like, alright, I'll do that. And here we are, having the time of our lives. Looking at all the same gear on the ground. I swear I've seen every possible thing he could drop. World drop, legendary, and otherwise, other than the 94. Look at this. Look at this. A purple and a I'm not gonna finish that sentence. But, like, you know. Alright. For all the marbles. Could run 1400 be the one? Or will it just be like all the other ones? It ain't a challenge, it's a lifestyle. That's... See, Mr. Donut Lord, if I'm ever doing like a public speech of some kind, I'm gonna have a little earwig and you're gonna be feeding me information as to what I'm supposed to be saying. Good water. Pretty relaxing to watch while I'm playing League and raging. Yeah, it's relaxing because you're not the one farming for the shit. I find peace in other people's despair, I think is the thought that was going through your head. I feel weak for quitting the PS Vita version now, low-key. I mean, I'm not stopping you. You can hop right back on it. Continue where you left off. Finish the chapter of your life that needs completion. We hitting OP 10 still tonight, right? What do you mean still? Still? Who said that? No. The Vita did not receive the OP levels, thankfully. The peak is one giant area, too. Like, it's not split up with any kind of loading screens, so... I fear RAM would run out very quickly. And just, it would not be... Like, that would be a challenge. If someone was able to mod the peak into here... Like, technically, you can mod this version on the Vita and increase the level cap. Like, I'm pretty sure within the game files it exists already. Because if you transfer your character onto a PS3... PS4... And, where did the floor go? Oh, no! I swear I wasn't that close to the edge. If you transfer your character onto the PS3 or PS4, put a level, like, 70 gun in there and bring it back to the Vita, it'll still display in your inventory, and it'll say level requirement 70. So, like, it's possible. Ah, you suck. You suck. Where did I even fall off? Really? You will not do this again. You will be the one to fly off the edge, not me. I walked right past the safety fence. But yeah, so I'm like pretty sure it's in the game, and you can like increase the level cap. The only problem is that enemies don't increase with you. You'll get skill points, but you'll pretty much just be one-tapping everything. So, like, it's not the most enjoyable experience. Unless that is your version of fun, then by all means, I'm not stopping you. Look at it melt. Look at him choke. Look at him suffer. OP10 is absolutely tragic on PC and console, let alone on the Vita. Yeah, I know. I feel like OP8 was difficult enough for most on the old consoles. Because you can, PS3 and 360, you can get up to OP8, and it was still somewhat feasible then, and then OP10 kind of broke a couple of the raid bosses. But, you know, it is what it is. We get through it. Oh, let's see. I have a feeling we can get at least one more Sham by the end. Like, I think the RNG has been there for us tonight, so... You smoke? Why does it sound like I smoke? That's probably not a good thing, but no, I don't smoke. I don't drink and I don't smoke. I'm diabetic. There's already enough things that can go wrong, so I don't need to add on to the list. If my voice sounds rough, it's because I was helping teach the past couple days, so I've been talking for like 7 hours straight, and then, you know, talking again for another 7 hours straight, and then working, so you're talking for another 8 hours straight, and boo. I'm in teacher's college, and so the kids were, or the school that I was placed at during teacher's college, like I'm on break right now till September, but the school that I was placed at, you know, once my semester had ended, I said, you know, if you need help or you need, help with anything, pretty much, like, you know, I'll just shoot me a text, like I can come in, help you set up like field trips. We went on field trips, so I would help organize those and supervise and events in the school, and just being there for the students, visiting my other old class that I helped teach in first semester. So yeah, I've a lot of talking and a lot of just keeping an eye on things and all that, so that's what I was doing today. And then actual work happens tomorrow and through the weekend. So, voice is a little rough. That's okay. We got the water bottle beside us. Everything's hunky-dory. You playing on an emulator or a PS TV? We're playing on a PS TV. Mr. Donut Lord said PS TV. You gotta read the chats further than one. Yes, PS TV. Unmodded, and with the physical version, because I didn't bring it over here with me. It's over on the table back there. And we're using PS4 controller. If you're ever somebody who is looking to play multiplayer on this version and you own a PS TV, use Discord as a voice chat method, because the PS TV supports the in-game voice chat. You can hear other people if they're on a handheld, but the only way for you to get any kind of voice out from you is if you use a Bluetooth headset, and my god, does the Vita TV suck with Bluetooth headsets. Like, it's an awful listening experience. So, and it's a really crappy thing, because it supports PS4 controllers. It supported PS4 controllers from the moment it was released, but you can't plug headphones into it and have it work, and like, it's not using the headphone jack. I'm almost wondering if, because you can remote play with a Vita TV on a PS4, and it was actually advertised as that, so I'm almost wondering if... Ooh! I'm almost wondering if, like, you could plug in the headphones while using the PS4 and have that work, because they enabled Rumble on here, and you can, like, pair multiple controllers to a Vita TV, and, like, you know, if you're playing a split-screen PS4 game, you can do that, which is a neat feature. You suck. Still having high hopes, though. Is that a pearl? No, you suck. The blue beams and the pearl beams in this version are eerily similar. They look quite similar. I know you can get pearls from them from here, like in this drop area. I have yet to see one from there. The two or three that we have found have been from here. So anything could happen. It took, I think, like 600 runs, I think, or in the 600 run range before we found our first pearl. Took a long time, but technically, yes, we did find it. Let me test the sugar of blood here. I'd imagine it's probably... Whoa! That's a high number, man. I bolused from my cereal. Did my sight come off? No. Give me one moment, please. Artificial pancreas is being used. If you're diabetic, or you know anybody who's diabetic, cereal is the bane of existence. Like, it's... You just love cereal, but having milk, and most cereal is sugar. Like, even they make half sugar Honey Nut Cheerios now, which is like a godsend, but like even then, because milk is liquid and it has carbs in it, and it hits you, like, liquids hit your blood sugar super fast. That's why they tell you if you have a low blood sugar, drink a juice box, because it's liquid and sugar and it'll hit you instantly. So, you know, I'm going to use the washroom real quick, so hold up. I will return. Talk amongst yourselves. Thank you for waiting. You've ever had a high blood sugar before? You just know it's... You get insanely thirsty, and it literally goes right through you. So it's trying to expel the excess sugar from your body. But I did pick up the physical copy. I got it off the table back there. So yes, we are using, the physical copy of the game on the PS Vita TV. 10 megabytes for a save. Not a whole lot on the back in terms of artwork, but it did come with the, well, DLC code. Feel free to try and use that. I'm pretty sure Mr. Strange already tried and it's either expired or used. I bought this used, like I had downloaded the game originally and then just deleted the download and then used the digital stuff for the DLC, but the cartridge for the physical. And it's got a advertisement for Game of the Year edition on the PS3 and Tales of the Borderlands. So it's kind of nice that the Vita version actually came with these two things. You know, for the version of the game that seemingly was neglected the most, they put a lot in the physical case. Like most Vita games, you don't see anything in there. Like, but I mean, granted, they kind of have to put the DLC code in there because it comes with all those things, and I don't think they were able to fit it on the cartridge because I think the game itself was already around the 5 gig limit that the cartridges could be. But the Tales of the Borderlands, that's a nice advertisement. It's a nice little addition. It's on brand. No manuals though. No Vita game ever came with a physical manual, I think. They were trying to cut that out at that point too. PSP games came with manuals though. PSP games came with everything. I bought this game, I think it's Lord of Arcada or something. Not a North American version, it's a, what do you call it? Not European, but not North American version. It's a PAL game. Or a PEGI game, sorry. But like, that version came with the, like, a box, not just a case, but box that you put the case in. The PSP case itself was like red, which looked really cool on a PSP. And it came with not only the instruction manual, but a separate, like, hardcover book in, like, fit in the box that had the artwork. And it came with a mini CD in the instruction manual slot, so you could listen to the mini CD with some of the songs from the soundtrack. Like, now you don't get anything. Now you can get GTA 6, and it doesn't even come with GTA 6. It comes with a download code. Like, bruh. Come on, man. I'm buying a physical version. Like, I'm actually kind of shocked they're even allowed to do that, considering you're not getting a disc. Because, quite frankly, what you're doing is producing a plastic box with nothing in it. With paper. You're killing trees and you're making plastic for what? Like, to hold nothing. Like, I don't know, man. I just want my physical thing on my disc. GTA 6 would make sense on a disc because it's most likely going to be a huge game. So maybe having some of that on the Blu-ray so it can copy over while the rest of it downloads. Meet in the middle somewhere. Respect the people out in the boonies who want to play GTA. You know, who have really slow internet connections. I know what it's like. Grew up all my life with a very slow internet connection. Up at my grandparents' place, it was even worse. I think we were getting 10 megabits, and for a while that was fine. Like, you know, as kids, we weren't really doing too much online anyway. Kind of like the end of the generation that was not so reliant on technology. Like, we still had board games and TV and Like, we didn't get an iPad until way later, and no iPod until way later, and iPhone, forget about it. Like, I would play Brick Breaker on my dad's BlackBerry, and I don't even know what BlackBerry it was. Didn't have a touchscreen. It had a trackball in the middle of it, I think, and the little side scroller thing, and that's how you'd play the Brick Breaker game. That was video games. So the internet wasn't really, you know, being stressed, and then we started getting iPod and a laptop was some Lenovo think piece of crap. I don't know. Eventually we got the PS4, and then it's like, okay, 10 megabits per second, not a lot of bandwidth to go around. It's starting to slow down a bit. It's starting to chug. Like, more people on it, the more of a troublesome experience you're gonna get. And luckily we didn't really stream anything at the time either, outside of maybe Netflix, but back then Netflix didn't require a whole lot to function. So, you know, and up at my grandma's, like, we considered that good. Like, that was functional, that worked. Up at my grandma's, it was like 2 megabits per second. Like, they live out in the country somewhere, right? Like, so 2 megabits per second. Imagine trying to download GTA 6. Just imagine trying to download GTA 5. Like, let's say you have the PS5 and you want to download the PS5 version of GTA 5 just from the internet. It would take you forever. And sometimes with game downloads that are that huge, like, it'll fail out on you. Like, it'll just say, oh, it's taken too long. What? Oh, it's in there. I'm like, I swear I saw something. Well, you're not what I wanted. Corrosive, though. I think that might be... I don't know if I've ever found a corrosive bunker SMG before, but that's a cool find if I ever seen one. But in any case, for the people out in the boonies, like,
Hello there, Luke.
discs are important to them. Yes, it's a dying thing, because streaming is the new thing, yeah, but I don't know. I'm the kind of guy who can notice video and audio compression. It bothers me for some stupid reason. Don't know why, it just does. I know very few people have that issue. But, like, I'm somebody who, if I'm watching a movie, I can tell... what movie was it? We were streaming The Avengers. And my brother and I, like, we were just, you know, watching all the Marvel movies we watched from when we were kids, and we get to the first Avengers, and we have it on Blu-ray, and it's full screen on the Blu-ray, which is really nice. And, you know, we throw in the PS3, and we're watching it, and we got the soundbar plugged in with optical, and it's like, oh my god, sounds so good, it looks really good. Like, I know it's just 1080p, but it's still, you know, it looks really nice. And then we wanted to watch Age of Ultron, and we didn't have that one on disc at all. So, load up the PS4, load up Disney Plus, and, like, the audio just was so lackluster. Still, same soundbar, same everything. Like, I plugged it in through optical. But, like, it was just so lacking. There was no punch. The video was okay. Like, I wasn't really focusing on that. Like, I wasn't sitting too close. But, like, for other things on Disney Plus, I could tell where you see video compression. Mainly, it's like in the color grading. It gets really muted when you're streaming. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Hearing things keeps sounding like it's way closer than it actually is. And it sounds exactly like the runner guys. The EXP loaders. hair is still funky from the water day at the school. Give children water guns, and I don't know what I did to deserve it. Got outside, filled up the buckets full of water for them with the hose. And they picked up the guns that they brought, or the water guns. Water guns that they brought to school, and then like we had a couple extras for them. And all of a sudden, a group of them, they grabbed their things, and they just circle me. I'm like, it's over. There's no escape, and they just waited till everybody was ready to. And it was on, so I felt like I was in like death by firing squad. And then it was on. It was over for them. Where's the share? We're at 2 hours and 10 minutes on the stream. I want to find like one more sham before we end. I feel like every time I say that, I never find another sham. So perhaps I shouldn't have said that, but we'll keep going. I do want to get some sleep at some point here, though. Long day. Waking up at 6:30 and driving through all the crappy construction to get there and teaching. I mean, it's the second last day. Teaching is teaching is in quotations there, but you're still supervising. You're still having to monitor like 30 kids. It was more than 30 kids because it was the other grade 6 class too. And then, you know, you just get home and you're just gotta take a second, just relax and, you know, unpack your stuff. And man, long couple of days, and then work tomorrow. The thing I get paid for, not the volunteer teaching is free, but that's okay. It's experience. It's good experience. It's good. It's good. Feels good to help other people. Like, I know teachers can be overwhelmed at this time of year, so like, it means a lot to be just another body there for them, where they need a second opinion, or, you know, physically they need help with moving stuff, or like, hey, I need to go do something real quick that like otherwise I wouldn't really be able to do. Like, can you just watch them for a second? Like, yeah, it's like, it means a lot to them, and I'm glad I could be a part of that. But now they're on summer vacation, so I'm sure the students are happy. Ooh, couple quick kills. Goody gumdrops. Give me the sham. Maybe when I retire, then I'll do like the 94 sham in the VR version of Borderlands. Be 65, or actually no, teachers retire at like 50, 55. Be 55, I'll strap on the VR headset, come to the channel, sit down in a chair, because you can bet your ass I'm not standing for 3 hours, looking in that, no, even just thinking about it. 3 hours at a time in the original PSVR, streaming. Insanity. Come on. What run are we at? 1405. I will aim for run 1415. Hopefully we get a sham in that time, but if we don't, then either way, we still had 2. But I feel the eyes are becoming heavy. Homering dart. I thought that said Bart. I thought that would have been funny Simpsons joke, but no. Homering Bart. They should have called it that. I can feel the eyes getting heavy. Ugh, the yawns are becoming more frequent. Slega is on the screen. I feel weird saying that gun name every time. What else do you call it though? Say Handsome Jack's not looking too good back there. I also saw, just because my mind is in GTA 6 mode right now, because I saw all the announcements the last couple of days. Saw a lot of people were getting upset with the pricing. Like in the States, I think it's now like a $10 price increase from where most normal games were, and people are now wondering that, Rockstar is a company that pushes the envelope forward, so to speak. So, if they sell an $80 game, then most other people are probably going to be selling $80 games. Like, that's the wave of the future. But people were upset that some stuff was locked behind a paywall, pretty much the Ultimate Edition for $100. Particularly locations. I don't know. I haven't played too much GTA in my life, but apparently there's like some clothing store or a couple clothing stores and like maybe a car shop that's inaccessible when you have the base game. That's what it made it sound like. $80 with no Mr. Slushman, welcome my friend. No, $80 with no disc is diabolical. Yeah, kinda is. Like, physical copies used to be more expensive because you got stuff with them, and the digital version would be cheaper because you're not physically buying anything, but now they're both the same, and I don't get anything. Like, I'm curious to see if they put a map in the base version, because every GTA game going back to at least GTA 3, like, I don't know if which one came out first, GTA 3 or San Andreas or Vice City? I thought it was GTA 3. And in any case, all those GTAs came with maps in the game case. GTA 4 came with one in its game case in the standard edition, because that's all that existed at that time. It was that, and then like the very premium edition. But GTA 5 came one on the PS3. So I'm curious that, even though, they're not selling it with a disc, are they going to sell it with anything that they usually would sell it with? Like, I can see them putting it in, like, the deluxe version and whatnot. Like, you're paying $100 or more dollars. You kind of have to include the map, but it was always a thing in the base version. Oh, I can't. Oh my god. I can't stop yawning. But it would be kind of sad if they stopped doing that, and I could totally see them not doing that, which is not a nice thing. $80 for, here's a piece of plastic with a piece of paper inside. Here's the middle finger to the environment. Sad part is I'm still buying it, and a PS5. You don't have a PS5? You're buying the PS5 just to play it. They did announce that it is PS5 Pro enhanced, so I'm guessing it'll run at 60 on there with pretty high settings by default. I think base consoles you can expect 30. I don't know what the Series S is gonna look like, man. Like, the Series S is quite underpowered by today's standards, I would say. Sure, it can still play modern games, but, like, it's GTA 6, man. She needs a few more horses to make her go. They should just not release the physical then if there's no disc. They really shouldn't. Like, I'm actually kind of shocked that they're even doing that. Like, there's no difference now from a digital code to just downloading it digitally. Like, you need access to the PlayStation Store to redeem and gain access to the game, whether you buy it physically or not. Like, it doesn't matter. Versus if you had the disc, you know, technically you don't need the PlayStation Store. You can just throw the disc in, install it. Yeah, sure, you won't be getting everything maybe with it, like all the quality of life improvements, since there's no updates, but like you can still play the game at least. But no, it's a download code in a box. Like, I'm wondering, and this is probably gonna happen also because they don't make separate game cases, but like, imagine you get a game case and, you know, you just open it and there's this spot for the disc and there's just no disc in it. Like, you could prank your friends who have no idea, like, don't read the news so hard with that. Be like, yeah, here's your sealed copy of GTA 6. They open it. Where's the disc? Where's the game? So basically $1,000 for 60 frames. Pretty much. I don't know, they might have like a performance mode on the base consoles. I don't know what resolution that'll be running at, like internal resolution. I would say it's like some lower resolution that's being upscaled to 1080p or maybe slightly higher than that. And then fidelity, which is probably like 1440 at 30 or something. I can't see it running at 4K 30 on even fidelity mode. Little Series S will be 720p 30 if you're lucky. So it's a throwback. It's a throwback to the 360 PS3. You know, those were 720p 30, which was impressive for then. It's not impressive now on a modern console to be doing that. Like, you know, people understood even by the end of that generation's life cycle that these consoles were somewhat limited to what was coming out next, but they still managed to pull off great experiences on them. Now, the consoles are supposed to be more capable, and we're getting not that better of an experience with it. Farming for the Sham, Mr. Matt, indeed we are. We are farming for the Sham. We got a few runs left in me before I am off to bed. I am very tired. It is 1:47 in the morning for me, so we're getting there. But yes, 94 Sham farming. Got 2 Shams tonight, 2 bunker SMGs, a customization, and no world drops. So not bad on the RNG front. It's alright. Nah, PS5 won't have a 60 FPS mode, 2 CPU limited, and the FSR3 ain't pushing that to 60, sadly. Can PS4, can the base consoles even do FSR? I don't think it can. Pro can do it, although the Pro, I think, just uses the PSSR, but, you know, yeah, it's, and you know what, I think for people with the base consoles, I think 30 frames will be just fine. Like, it's, every GTA game when it has come out, maybe minus GTA 4, because that was kind of a train wreck when it came out, every GTA has run at 30 frames when it's come out. GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, Liberty City, on the PS2, they all came out at 30 frames. GTA 4 was something else. It tried 30. It had some weird issues, though, with resolution and frame rate and whatever, but, you know, it aimed for 30. GTA 5 on the PS3 and 360 ran at 30, and even on the PS4 and Xbox One, 30 frames, and it was even less than that on multiplayer. And so, like, you know what, I'm not shocked if it comes out at 30, and, you know, it's just, what people are used to. Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 also released at 30, and in fact is still at 30 to this day, since it's stuck on the PS4 and Xbox One versions. Yeah, consoles can use FSR 1, 2, or 3, or TSR. PS5 can use PSSR 2, or TCR, or TSR, okay. Makes sense. Yeah, because PS5 Pro just got PSSR 2, which is supposedly a decent improvement from what I've seen. It improves the upscaling technology quite a bit, especially in challenging areas with foliage or strands or wires or something like that. Like, it helps improve that, and it just creates a more stable image overall, I'd say. It'd be really cool if they could use these features in the VR system that they made. Bought the PSVR 2, and they made the one Horizon game. That's quite literally the only VR game Sony has made themselves this VR generation, which sucks, because that game looks incredible. Like, the visuals are outstanding. It runs at 4K. I'm pretty sure it's a reprojected frame rate, but still runs at HDR. Like, the screen gets ridiculously white and the blacks are black. The world is so interactive, and then they're just like, no, I'm not going to do that again. You know, we did that once. Meant the PS5 Pro can use PSSR, not the... Yeah, okay. I figured that's what you meant. But the only other VR game that I know of on the VR2 that uses the PS5 to its, like, maximum is Red Matter 2. It uses a native 4K, native 120 hertz mode with ray tracing, and something else, some other function, and it, like, you can tell when you put the headset on for those kinds of games when it's 4K and the frame rate, like, 90 frames is usually what most VR games will run at, even on the PS4. With the VR1, they aimed for 90, unless it was Rec Room. You're most likely hitting that 90 frame target. Same with the PS5, but it has the ability to do up to 120, and it makes a huge difference. Not to say that 90 is bad, but, like, 120 is better. And the 4K, like, everything is so clean. The anti-aliasing, like, some of the scenes right at the beginning of the game, like, you're looking at the floor textures, it legitimately looks real. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. The game doesn't use a lot of entity stuff. Like, there are enemies in it later on, but, you know, there's not, like, a bunch of people. There's not, like, a whole bunch of other people walking around, and it has to worry about that and render those in. So they have the ability to divide the power to the graphics and the frame rate, and it's amazing. But it's the only one, and maybe Red Matter 1 does that too, but I think it might be somewhat limited for what it can do, since it was an older game and didn't have the ability to use all those technologies. But, you know, could have been a lot of cool experiences they could do with that kind of thing. Ooh, what? Man, that's okay. I think I am going to call it there. I know I said I'd aim for 14 or 1415 runs, but like my eyes are falling apart and the yawning is becoming very frequent. Oh man. So I gotta get some sleep before work tomorrow. But if the RNG in the future is anything like it was today, we're in pretty decent shape, I would say. So I will wait to switch the thing to 1410 next stream. But thank you, all my friends, for joining me here tonight. You guys make these streams what they are, whether we're talking about the game or just talking about life in general. There was so many new people on the TikTok this time. A couple new people on the YouTube, but like the TikTok was insane. The conversations were great. And I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing your stories and your experiences with Borderlands as well, and all the different opinions on everything. It's great. It really is. It makes the streams a lot more interesting than if it were just me talking here for 3 hours straight. So I thank you all for that. Yet another peak stream, Mr. Streamy Dude Man. Thank you, Mr. Donut Lord. Appreciate your presence as always. When do you go live? It's there's no set schedule, unfortunately. My schedule just fluctuates too much for me to set certain days. Like, I don't want to set a certain day and then something comes up and then I can't, because then people look forward to it and I'm like, well, I'm sorry. Like, so usually I will post something either in the Discord, which is in the description of the YouTube stream. So if you want to go into my TikTok bio and you can't just click on the YouTube link. You have to like copy it into a web browser. But if you go to the YouTube and you go to the description of the stream, there's a link for the Discord, but I'll usually announce in there or on the YouTube channel itself, like in the post section, if I'm going live that day or within the next couple days. Other than that, all I can say is put post notifications on YouTube, and that should get the job done, I would say. But yeah, just to answer your question. See you, dude. Thank you, Mr. Slushman. Appreciate you also being out here, as always. But yeah, I'm not gone next week, I think. Let me check my calendar, because I know it's kind of the beginning of July. I'm gone. No. Yeah, I'm still here next week. And then on the 6th, I am gone. The 6th to the 10th, I will not be here. So, what I'm going to do when I get time is I've recorded and exported one God of War video so far. So I'm going to I'm going to do 2 more, because I think 3 in 1 week should be fine. So I'm probably not going to stream the Friday night that I get back, because I'm driving 4 hours home and then going to work for another 6 hours. So then I won't get home till like 10:30, 11 at night from work. So not streaming that day. I'm just going to go to bed. But throughout that week, I think the Monday, Wednesday, and the Friday, I will have the God of Wars uploaded, and then set them to premiere on those days. So, there's something to watch at least. It's a revival of the time capsule series I started a while ago. So it's the PSP. It's God of War Ghost of Sparta, filmed with an actual PSP through the capture card. So hopefully that's somewhat enjoyable. But until then, my friends, I thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great night or a great rest of your day, depending on where you're coming from. And I will see you hopefully within the next couple days. I'm busy the next couple days, so hopefully I can find a night in there to to do a stream. Maybe Ben and I will do a Battlefront stream. Who knows? But yeah, until next time, my friends, take it easy. And again, thank you so much for all the new people for being here. It was great having you, and hope to see you again. So take it easy, everybody.